Sage Shri Pulastya, son of Shri Brahma, one of the Prajapatis married Havirbhu, Manini, and a son called Vishravas was born to them. Ravana and Kumbhakarna were born to Vishravas of Pushpatkata, and Shri Vibhishana was born to him of Rakha, and Khara and Sapanaka were born to him of Manini. But, according to the Shri Uttara Ramayana, Ravana, Shri Vibhishana and Kumbhakarna were born to Vishravas of his wife, called Kaksi. According to the Shri Agni Purana, Pushpatkata and Kaksi were one and the same. Ravana and Kumbhakarna were originally the two devas, gods, called Shri Jaya and Shri Vijaya. Shri Vishnu appointed them as gatekeepers at Shri Vaikuntha, abode of Shri Vishnu. Once, they stopped sages like Sanaka and others, 4 sons of Shri Brahma. The Kumaras are 4 sages who roam the universe as children, named as Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana and Sanat, at the gates, and the latter cursed Jaya and Vijaya into Rakshasas, demons. When they complained about the curse to Shri Vishnu, he promised to welcome them back to Shri Vaikuntha after they had lived 3 births as Rakshasas. Accordingly, Jaya was born as Hiranyaksha and Vijaya as Hiranyakashipu, both of them asuras, demons. Shri Mahavishnu incarnated himself as Shri Varaha, boar, avatar and killed Hiranyaksha, and as Shri Narsimha avatar, he killed Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were reborn as Ravana and Kumbhakarna, respectively. Shri Mahavishnu, during his incarnation as Shri Rama, killed both Ravana and Kumbhakarna. Ravana was reborn as Shishupala and Kumbhakarna as Dantavaktra. Both of them were killed by Shri Mahavishnu during his incarnation as Shri Krishna. Thus, the Deva called Vijaya, on account of the curse of Sanaka and other sages, passed through 3 lives as Hiranyakashipu, Kumbhakarna and Dantavaktra and, finally, reached Shri Vaikuntha. Kumbhakarna secured boons. Kumbhakarna spent his childhood with his brothers at the ashrama, hermitage, of his father on Mount Gandhamadana. Shri Kubera was at the zenith of his glory at that time, having been crowned king of the Yaksas, nature spirits, usually kind-hearted, but sometimes mischievous, and also having got the Pushpaka Vamana, a flying chariot. The reputation of Shri Kubera kindled jealousy in Kumbhakarna and his brothers. They too performed penance in the forest, on 1 foot, for 1000 years. But, Shri Brahma did not appear. They continued the penance without eating any food. Khara and Sapanaka stayed there serving their brothers. Even after the second 1000 years, Shri Brahma did not appear. Then, Ravana cut off his 10 heads and made offerings of them to Shri Brahma. Then, Shri Brahma appeared. Shri Brahma restored his heads to Ravana and he was granted the boon that he would not be killed by anybody but a man. The Devas shuddered at the gift to Ravana, and feared about the future in case Kumbhakarna too got such a boon. At their request, Shri Saraswati Mata, wife of Shri Brahma, danced on his tongue at the time of Kumbhakarna's request for a boon. Kumbhakarna wanted Nirdevatam, absence of all Devas. But by a slip of the tongue, caused by Shri Saraswati Mata, what he asked for was Nidravatvam, sleep. Shri Brahma granted him Nidravatvam. He said that Kumbhakarna would sleep for 6 months of the year, continuously. Shri Vibhishana got the boon that he should remember righteousness in danger and use the Shri Brahmastra without any training. The brothers returned home after securing the boons, and, after driving off Shri Kubera, the lord of Lanka, Ravana and his brothers took their abode there. Kumbhakarna played a very important part in the Rama-Ravana war. Prominent warriors on the side of Shri Rama, like Shri Sugriva, his ministers and Shri Lakshmana fought with him. But, none of them could kill him. At last, Sri Rama's arrows killed him. Kumbhakarna is not to be viewed, merely and purely, as an evil character. His advice to Ravana on various occasions shows noble traits of his character. When Sri Rama with his army of monkeys appeared on the other side of the ocean, Ravana held a conference of his brothers, ministers and others at which Kumbhakarna spoke as follows: "You abducted Sri Sita Mata, without consulting us, and we would not, therefore, be responsible for the consequences of that action of yours. But it is not proper that the younger brother should keep away when danger faces the elder one, and on that principle, here I am, ready to fight Sri Rama." At the time of his death, Kumbhakarna made a last request to Sri Rama, that his head should be cut off and thrown into the sea, as otherwise, the Rakshasas would laugh at him to see the head from which the ears have been bitten off by monkeys. Accordingly, Sri Rama got Sri Hanuman to throw Kumbhakarna's head into the sea. Sri Rama lived at the end of Treta Yuga, which ended in 867,102 BC. Of this Chaturyuga is Sri Krishna left earth in 3102 BC and Kali Yuga began afterwards. As per Sri Ramayana, Sri Rama ruled the country for 11,000 years. He was 40 years old when he ascended the throne at around 878,102 BCE. Sage Sri Valmiki began writing the Sri Ramayana after Sri Lavakushas were born. It means the Rama-Ravana war took place a few years before 878,102 BCE. While, after the Mahabharat war in 3138 BC, the Pandavas and Sri Krishna were discussing several matters. All the Pandavas, except Sri Bhima, said they owed their success in war to Sri Krishna. But, Sri Bhima, in all haughtiness claimed the credit for victory to his personal prowess. With the object of putting down this conceit on the part of Sri Bhima, Sri Krishna, with Sri Bhima seated along with him on Sri Garuda, set out on a journey to the south. After crossing the sea and Mount Subla, Sri Krishna, pointing out to Sri Bhima, a lake 12 yojanas, 144 kilometers, wide and lying near Lanka, asked him to find out the source of the lake and return with the information. Though Sri Bhima walked some distance, he could not find out its source. Not only that, all the warriors there jointly attacked Sri Bhima, and finding himself incompetent to counter the attack, he ran back to Sri Krishna for refuge. Then, Sri Krishna with his ring clipped and threw away the lake, and said to Bhima as follows: "This is the skull of Kumbhakarna killed by Sri Rama in the Rama-Ravana war. The warriors who attacked you are the Asuras called Sarogayas." These words of the Lord put down Sri Bhima's conceit, and he apologized to Sri Krishna. Skanda Purana 1, 2.66